All right, all right. Welcome everybody to the Monday night social branding and marketing call. What an event we have tonight. This group gets better looking every Monday. We are at full capacity. Yeah, thanks Scott for brightening up my day. It's always an exciting Monday night call. If this is your first Monday night call, welcome. We always have some full excitement going on through the week. So welcome if this is your first time. Welcome to Cooler Brands if you're pretty new here. We have a lot of stuff happening right now. We have one of the biggest things that a lot of us have been waiting for quite a few months now, and Doug has worked his software magic brilliance, and he is either going to release it tonight or he's going to have Michelle and Don release it tonight. So we want to definitely just we want to release it to all of you who showed up here tonight and watch it trickle down and watch you guys have fun with the software. We briefly went over it. Michelle and Don went over it on Saturday. If you guys were there, you got to see the inner workings of this Twitter software, and it's absolutely incredible. When I say that Doug did a brilliant job, I'm really understating it. And what he can do and what he has done is just it's mind blowing. And so to be able to earn points by doing what we already do on social media, Twitter, soon to be Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and all these other great social media sites. Just what this company does and continues to do, putting the community members first. Doug has worked night and day. You guys heard Doug already talking on this call. Unfortunately, he has run himself sick again, and I won't blame your wife, Doug.
Thanks, buddy.
I gotta say, my good graces with Mary. But yeah, so Doug is day and night working in the background on the software, and this software to bring points to the pool for the third pool for you guys. The first few products that we are going to be promoting on Twitter. So enough about me blabbing and blundering on here, but let's get Don and Doug. You want to come on next, bud? I don't want you to talk too much here and wear yourself out.
No. Let's let Don and Michelle launch, and I'm just going to be in the background here, hanging out and answering any questions that might come from the software. So, cool. Whatever order you have, I'm good.
All right. Thanks, my man. So, Deb, if you want to help me track, if you guys have any questions, this isn't a meeting format. It's not in the typical webinar format. Maybe next time, since we are at full capacity, we'll set this as a webinar next time. That way we can have a Q&A. But if you guys have a question, feel free to put it in the chat, and we will ask as we go, or we'll just save the questions for the end, whatever works better for you, Don and Michelle. And again, welcome you guys. This is going to be fun. Our Monday nights leading up to this have been extremely fun and extremely casual. So we're going to carry on that and learn a lot tonight and start earning lifetime royalties in the Twitter in the software pool. So Don, Michelle, take it away.
Hey, Corey, everybody, Heater just went live.
Your what?
Heater just went live.
Perfect timing. Impeccable.
Can someone share their screen? Do we want to hop on?
I can share my screen. Do we want to do? Did you just start?
Yeah. Sounds like everybody needs to multitask for about 30 seconds here.
Hey, Peter.
Let me get my Facebook up.
There we go. $49, $249, the $25 payment plan. Is your guys freezing too, or is it just my computer?
Yeah, mine froze.
Okay, so it's not just
his internet's not always that great.
I can tell he's saying something important.
Yeah.
Oh.
Period of time. So then I looked at the back office. We have an autoresponder. We have other things that are in place there. I gave that a value of about $10 a month, $120. That's $600 for 5 years. The online store. Most stores are 40, 30, or 25. I'm going to go with $25 for an online store. 12 months, $300. Over the course of 5 years, it costs you $1,500 to have a store. Whether it's an eBay store, an Amazon store, any of those types of stores, we're talking about $1,500 over 5 years. Now remember, this is for life, so it could be 10, 20, 30 years, right? As long as you're alive, and then, of course, it's willable, so that would go on for even longer. So, and then we got down to, let's see, training. Okay, so we have a weekly training or online training. We have a getting started training. We have the Jeff Hoffman training. We have a Pinterest training. So I just went and looked at what people are charging for trainings, and I've got to say that I believe the trainings that we're giving are worth at least $1,000 a year. Okay, and that is if you go against the marketplace. Went on one thing last night for just one simple training. They were saying it was going to be $500, right, for a 4 or 5 module training. We go well above and beyond that. That's $1,000 a year over the next 5 years. That's $5,000. And one of the people doing some of the trainings are what? A billionaire, right? So somebody who's built a $70 billion plus. So there's not like they could have better trainers than us, right? Better people doing it and what we're doing there. So you guys can see how this is really starting to add up. So then on business model, I'll tell you on that. The fact that we've put together a business model and we're letting you guys utilize that business model to make money. But let's just say it's worth $100 a year. That's $1,200 or $500 over the next 5 years. Okay, so now let's dig into it. The payment system that we have in place. I'm going to say $25 a year for a payment system. Now I pay $45 for one of my companies for a payment system a month. Some of the other ones for accountants and this type of stuff, if you're running a regular business, could be hundreds of dollars, but let's just say $25 for the year. Project selection. Okay, so I went out and looked for people to evaluate your product through some of the reputable firms. It's anywhere from $200 to $2,500 that you pay for them to evaluate products. Now remember, we're evaluating these products for who? For you guys, right? So that is something that's done for you guys for free. Project legal. So if you were to do this on your own and you had to get the legal agreements drawn up and the documentation done with all the inventors, that's $2,500 per project. So if you do one project a month, you have that value going there, okay? And then the project support. Okay, so if somebody was to the projects, whether it's Zip and Store, MobiCard, all the other projects we're doing, right? Park Smarts, Easy Breeze, Gun Bail. If they were to go hire a consultant to give them the advice that we give them. Now, we're not just giving them the advice for their success. Who are we giving them the advice for? We're giving them the advice so you guys can build lifelong royalties, right? So think about that. So I'm giving away, and I figure it's $10,000 to $50,000 per project, per person in consulting that I do. That if I was to go to these businesses, and they would pay it, by the way, absolutely with the value that we provide, they would pay for it, and it would cost them that if they hired anyone else. No one else would do it for free. Because remember, I don't have equity in these businesses. I have the same thing you guys have. I have royalties. And then, of course, we have customer service that goes along with that. So if you look at the value we're providing, guys, it is literally thousands, $5,000, $10,000 a year in value that we're providing to each individual. So how can we do that and do it for $149 or $249? I'll tell you how. I believe in this model so strongly that I'm willing to put my time, effort, and energy on the line for the same thing you guys are here for, royalties. That is how we do it. We keep 15 to 20% of all the royalties that come in, right? That goes to the company. We are betting that we are going to be able to generate enough royalties for you guys that we can make a profit on that 15 to 20% and run the company. Because there's one thing that is for sure. The growth of this thing will stop someday. At someday, we'll look at it and go, you know what? We have enough members. Maybe it's 50, 60, 80, 100,000. So our goal is betting on the fact, we are not betting, I am assured, okay, in my belief system, that we will create enough royalties for you guys that our 10 or 15 to 20% will be enough money for us to not only run this company, but build an extremely profitable company. Because I see what's happening. I don't have to guess anymore. I see what's happening with MobiCard. I see what's happening with
Different store.
I see the potential that are in these other brands that we're bringing in and what we're building and what we're growing. So we are on firm footing right now, guys. And so for when, where's that money going? It goes to run the business. We're not taking your 149 and paying 75 out to your buddy or your friend or to somebody else. It's not somebody 3 levels up getting $5 or $10 a year. We're using to provide service, right? The customer service people, building software, evaluating and finding these products, taking that time, that effort, that energy in finding inventors that are saying, you know what, I'm willing to share a portion of the revenue of my product for eternity. They're not, a lot of people don't get that, guys. So we have to vet through the vetting process that we do to find the right inventors, the inventors that have the right heart, the right attitude, the right, processes that's in place. That's all that goes towards that. Just alone, our Kula Funded, a platform that is there for you guys to bring value to it. We help the inventors set up their projects. We've loaned them money, right? Several inventors needed cash flow to get things going so they could deliver to you guys on time, and we lent them money. People don't just go, oh yeah, here's 10 grand or 20 grand, give it back to me when you're successful at crowdfunding, right? Oh, you need to pay for that? Here's my credit card, put it on my credit card. We'll get it back out of the crowdfunding side of things. People don't do what we're doing, and I'm not gonna say that I'm this person I'm doing this for the community. I'm doing this so we can build royalties, because if we don't support these inventors, then the chances are they're not going to make it in the whole process. So that's what we do. So when you put in $149 or $249 or $25 a month, guys, the value is there. And so when people ask, why do you charge that money? It's because we're going to provide, I'm telling you right now, every single person that joins Kula Brands will get tens of thousands of dollars of value for their $149 and their $249. And depending on the projects they support, the amount of branding and marketing they do, and the amount of sales, the money will be on top of that. So over the next 5-10 years, we'll give you $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 worth of value. And you can build tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. If you support enough projects, if you share this with other people, if you do enough branding and marketing, if you do enough sales, with the success of these brands, so the value we're providing is outside of the royalties. The royalties are on top of the value that we're providing. I can tell you this, I bet you just going on our calls, most people on here have learned more about launching a project, the process of tooling and the other stuff that we've put together, more value than you could go pay somebody $149 or $249 or $199, whatever you came in with, in order to make that happen. So guys, we're going to provide you the value in that stuff alone, in multipliers 30, 40, 50 times what it costs you to be involved with this. This is absolutely the best deal in any opportunity out there going. And I guarantee you won't find a better deal. There's other good deals out there. I know there's other deals that bring value to people, but there is no better deal on the face of this planet than Kula Brands at $149 for for the limited membership, $249 for the unlimited membership, and then you can come in at $25. Guys, we should be dollars for this. Really, it should be $249 to join and $25 a month for the next 30, 40 months. So, you know, in order to provide that kind of value. But that's not, I'm not here to make money off of collecting memberships. We're here to build royalties for you guys and royalties for me and for the company and for us, for our lives. That's what we're here for. We're here. If I looked at this, you know what, if I looked at something and somebody said, hey, we're going to make you enough royalties, but I want you to pay me a fee every single month to where I can build a profitable business off of those fees, and the royalties are gravy on top of that, I probably wouldn't be that excited about it. But that's not what we're saying. We're saying, give us enough money, the $149, $249, to provide the early services, and we'll build enough royalties for you, we'll build enough income for you, that now we can run this company profitably on a day-to-day basis and continue to provide services for you guys. So anyway, guys, I didn't want to stay on even this long. I just wanted to go through that. The value in Kula Brands is tremendous. It is better than out in the marketplace with people. Be proud, you know, and it's just, it's amazing that bucks, $1,000, $3,000, and people are doing them every single day, and they don't provide their business, and we teach you how to do it. We're providing you with the products, the evaluation stuff, the consulting to those businesses to make them successful, whatever it takes to help those businesses become successful. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Thanks. We'll talk.
All right. All right. Cool, cool. Love it.
Dang.
Whew. Making me sweat.
Woo.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, we follow that with an amen.
Okay, I'm going to go live now, so follow me.
Yeah. Yeah. Get in line. Everybody's going live.
All right, guys. Without further ado, Dawn and Michelle, take her over.
Yeah, they have to follow Peter.
Yeah, gee, thanks.
That's a tough act to follow.
Really tough. So Michelle, I've got my screens pulled up. You want to just do what we do?
Sure. You're sharing your screen?
I
that
will
what you
share
said?
my screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
let me do it.
All right. So we are going to give you guys a walkthrough of the new Kula Social software. And this is kind of what we did on Saturday. We haven't done this since, so this is a dry run for Donna and I tonight. So awesome. So for the first screen that you're going to go to, there's a special URL right now, which is just the test URL to get access to the software. There will be a link inside the back office once it's fully up and running, but where it says right there, sign into, there's HTTP and a bunch of numbers. That is the link. And this document is actually going to be in the back office as well, if it's not already. So you'll be able to access, I think that's a clickable link, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure is.
Awesome. So then that will take you to the home screen that you see there. So you just type in your member ID and your password. And then you get, are you going to show the screens as we do it, Dawn?
I can. However
Okay.
you would like me to do that.
Whichever. How do you guys want us to do it? Do you want us to explain? Give us a 1 if you want us to explain something and then show you live, or if you want us, yeah, just give us a 1 for that. Because the other option is that we run through the slides and then do the live demo. So do you prefer the first version? No, we're getting.
And while people are answering that, Doug did put the link in the chat. If everybody wants to copy that out and bookmark it until the real link comes, that would be a brilliant idea today.
Yes, thank you, Doug.
It looks like we're just about half and half there.
Why don't I
Slides
just
first, then demo, whatever works. Okay.
demo as we go? That way they can see, what we're doing. So I'll just demo it. We're just going to log in. I've already got the link here. And I'm just going to log in with your member ID and password. And here's what you'll come to, like the slide.
So on this screen, there's you're presented with a few basic steps as far as what to do, so you can never forget these. But once you're connected, I think the screen, you'll still see it. But the first one is click Twitter at the top left and connect your Twitter account. So right under the Kula Social in the top left there is a Twitter button. You want to click on that, and that will connect you to the actual twitter.com. So it's allowing the software access to your Twitter account. And it just takes a few seconds, and then it pops you back into the software, and this is what you see. So your points will actually be displayed in this blank area right here once you start earning them.
And the reason we put this slide in there is so you'll have these steps, because it does go away as soon as you sign in to Twitter. Not to worry. It's just a little bit of steps for you, but this is, that's why we put it in the slide for you, so you'd have it.
Exactly. And we're going to go over what you will get points for as well. So I think we're going to do, yes. So that button there that says social points information, this is where you will find all of your information for how many points you will get per project, per action that you take. So Don selected the project there, which is Zip and Store. So underneath that, you see a bunch of numbers, 0.01, 0.005. Those are the point values that are assigned to each task. And these point values are going to fluctuate. They're really low right now because we're in test mode, and they will fluctuate based on project, or if, for example, we want to maybe promote something pretty heavily, there may be higher point values for certain tasks and lower point values for others. So in this case, the daily total maximum points for Zip and Store is 0.1. So for example, if you look down where you see original tweet down on the left-hand side, the point value for original tweets is 0.001. So that means in a perfect world, you would have to do 10 of those original tweets to come up to your daily max points. But the software will have control mechanisms in there that won't allow you to go overboard. So that's kind of how those will add up throughout the day. So Park Smarts for Kids also has their set of points, which are very similar at this point. And we have project tags. These are our hashtags for each project. Right now there's one in there per project, but you may actually see several in there to choose from. So when you're actually doing your tweet, when you're typing in those hashtags, these are the hashtags that will actually count for points. So now as far as what will get you a point, we have, of course, the original tweet, which I just mentioned. That is a tweet that you make up yourself, and it's completely original. Then we have, jumping back up to the top there, we have reshare tweet of Kula Brands. So this refers to the actual Kula Brands official Twitter page. So you would go to Kula Brands on Twitter, and Don's just going to take us there right now so you can see. So you could just do a search for Kula Brands. And this is the Kula Brands timeline. So what you would do is you could select any of these tweets here and do a reshare of any of those, which is that second button that there from the left. And you can add your own comment to this. And when you retweet it, that will go back into the back office, and the software will track that for your points. And you do not need to have a hashtag in this comment that you're making here. The hashtags will already be in the original Kula Brands tweet, so you do not need to repeat them for that to be tracked. Now Dawn is adding hashtags, and that is because she is tapping into hashtags that are already popular in order to try to get more exposure for this particular tweet. Awesome. Now it does take a few minutes for it to show up in the back office. So we're just going to keep moving along here, and then we'll go back and we will show you how that actually shows up. So the other Kula Brands task that you get a point for, or a partial point for, is a direct reply on a Kula Brands. So again, we're going back to the Kula Brands official Twitter page. And this time we're going to reply to a Kula Brands tweet. So you can see there it says replying to @KulaBrands. And that was their original tweet that Dawn is highlighting there. And we're just gonna make a comment back to Kula Brands just to create some conversation. And again, we don't need to add the Park Smarts for Kids or Zip and Store hashtags. But feel free to add hashtags of your own if they relate to the tweet. So Dawn's gonna add Yellowstone. And click reply. Pretty easy. So again, this will take a few minutes to show up in the back office. And then there you can see there's a maximum points per day for each task as well. So maximum points per day on a reshare of Kula Brands. And there's the point value there, 0.01. There's a maximum points per day on a direct reply. And again, this is to prevent us from looking spammy and also to not let Twitter hate us and shut us down. So again, maximum points per day for the original tweet is 0.002. And there is a point value assigned for a reply on a tweet, and this refers to outside of Kula Brands, so outside of the Kula Brands official page. So this is basically any tweet that you would include the applicable hashtag for. So if you were promoting, say, MobiCard, then Dawn's going to go in and find a tweet to reply to. There we go. Kelly's. And she's including Kelly's username there, her @username, so that she gets a notification of that reply. And you notice here Dawn is not using the MobiCard hashtag again because it is already in the original tweet. But she is adding her own hashtags. So that's perfectly acceptable.
Super.
Awesome. And again, maximum points per day on a tweet, that each task will have its own. Right now it's set to 0.01, but again, these will change based on project and based on what we need to use them for. So
Absolutely. I'm just gonna check and see if anything showed up.
yeah, let's take a look.
Okay, not yet, that's okay. Just take a little bit of time, guys, about 8 minutes or so before you'll see actual activity here, which is real exciting.
Yeah, I think it refreshes or it goes back and gets the information. I think it's every 8 minutes at regular intervals. So it will take a bit of time, but it will show up.
We've got a question, ladies, from Scott. So do I understand it correctly that we do go outside of the actual software to make these tweets and such?
That is correct.
Yeah, so once you click that button and it attaches your Twitter account to the software, like she did when she first logged in, then it's attached, and now you move to another window or whatever, and do your tweeting from there.
Correct.
Can I ask another question real quick?
Absolutely.
So as long as now that our Twitter account is connected and we know what, the points that we have to do, like, is there a reason to go back to log into the software before we do that, since it's all connected already right now?
I think it stays connected. Like when you I was out of the software. I exited out of the software and I didn't need to reconnect.
Gotcha. So we
You
could
would,
just,
if you're using multiple Twitter accounts and you want to keep, connect each one, then you do need to, there is a way to go into Twitter and remove the app and then reconnect it. That's a little bit advanced, but that is possible as well.
gotcha. So now that my Twitter account is connected through the software, I can do the tweets on my phone or my desktop and they're still connected.
Is it mobile ready right now? I'm not sure about the mobile part.
Well,
Doug would be able to answer that.
Yeah, I think because he's in his Twitter is what he's asking. If he's on his
Oh.
Twitter phone, it's still pulling in his Twitter stuff.
That's true. Yeah, because it's connected to the Twitter's back end. So as long as you're using Twitter, yeah, that'll be fine.
Gotcha.
I believe so.
And you can tell that you're connected. Like when Dawn goes back to the software and she sees her name down there on the left-hand side, that's how you can tell for sure that you're connected. And if you have multiple accounts, that's how you tell which account is connected as well.
Yes. Exactly. All right, let's do some more slides. We'll wait and see.
No, not yet.
Yes, we did that.
We probably covered a lot of this really fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we can talk about this, and then when we see it, we'll see it for sure.
Yep, exactly. So after you've tweeted, you can go back to Kula Social and you'll see messages. There's a little green bar. You can see that green bar in the slide. You will see that notification when you can see your points. So that just kind of tells you that the software has gone back and checked and it's like, hey, you got new points. It's really cool. It's like getting a letter in the mail.
Absolutely.
And then this is a screenshot of what it actually will look like when it comes through. So there'll be a list of your tweets that it has picked up, and the section where it says tweet, it's small to see right now, but you'll see when we actually demo it, that is actually clickable. And when you click on it, you can actually see the tweet that you did. So it's really quite neat. And it has a timestamp on it, and it's going to be really cool. So hopefully it'll come through soon so we can see that.
Yeah, hopefully. Absolutely.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Could you go back to the software?
Yes. Oh,
And where?
There it is.
Yay!
All right. So
And back to the social points information.
yes, I sure can.
The last one, reply on tweet.
Yes.
Is that somebody else's tweet that you like? Say I went to coupons and I saved with MobiCard and I put hashtag MobiCard. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Right. I think those are showing up as 0 in the back office.
Okay. Super.
I have like 4 tweets for each different brand, and the 4th one is always 0. So I'm assuming it's that one.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for
Okay.
pointing it out. We will definitely look at that because
I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right. So you go to somebody else's tweet and use one of our hashtags to say something.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. If like in the example I just did was your tweet and you had already used the hashtag, so I didn't do it again.
Right. But if I went to somebody completely not in Kula who was on coupons or something and I said I used MobiCard with the hashtag, that should show up.
You should get
It
that out.
should. Yeah.
Okay.
Are all of the accounts set up yet? There were some that the points hadn't been entered yet, but I think MobiCard is one that should be set to go. So
Yeah, card is ready. These top 4 are definitely ready. I'm sorry, top 3 are definitely ready. We even have NetFX because we are, doing crowdfunding right now for NetFX, so that's also available. Yeah, it should be counting. So I'm gonna refresh. It said I had points.
I saw it.
Saw the green bar.
I did.
It could just be slow. I'm not seeing anything yet.
Hey, Doug, can I ask you a question, sir? Pretty sure he's there. He's probably programming something else, though.
Mhm.
Probably.
Multitasking.
So here's my question. So if I decide that I want to go tweet something about MobiCard, and I'm looking for affiliates for MobiCard, let's say, as long as I log out of the social software, so before what we were doing was we were asking people to stop using the hashtag MobiCard if they were promoting for themselves, right? So is that still going forward, how we're going to do this?
No, it's as long as you use your MobiCard for driving this traffic first, it's only going to allow you to have that point for that day anyways. Then if you want to go promote it another way, you can do that. It won't track it.
Got it.
Okay.
That's exactly right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
It just use up the points here first in the correct way so that you get the valid points.
Excellent.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Doug.
You're welcome.
We still haven't seen that show up yet, have we?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's about, depending on the servers, it's about 8 to 15 minutes, guys, for it to start to show up.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
We know it picked it up, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is what
So-
Michelle was talking about. If you you can view that particular tweet for that point value, and you'll see exactly what you got that on. So that's pretty cool. And the day and time that you did it, because we can do this once a day. So that's pretty cool to know when I did this, because I won't be doing this again. It won't matter. I won't, if I'm looking to get points for that activity, I can only do that, 1 or 2 times per day. So it's kind of cool to see, when I did that last.
And then the software actually sends the information to the back office as well. So this isn't the only place that you can go to view your points. So within 24 hours of your activity, the points will show in your back office under activity, then detailed report, and choose the project or all branding pool and child, then click submit.
I will show that.
So yeah, it sounds like a lot, but it's actually quite easy.
Yet, though. I'm not signed in as myself. Let me log out real quick.
One thing that you guys want to be cautious on when you're doing this is you could log into your Twitter software in the morning and do a bunch of stuff, and say you did something on MobiCard in the morning. Then you logged into the tool, it'll go find what you did this morning, even if you weren't logged into the tool first. So it's very aggressive in terms of looking at your account and finding what you did so that we give you credit for it. So make sure when you are tweeting something that is a brand or something that we're doing, that you're consciously aware of what you're tweeting and that what you're trying to get points for. Okay.
Wow. So Doug, what time does that start at midnight? How does that?
Yeah, we run the cron job usually around midnight, and usually all of the points that you accumulated that day that you see will all disappear the next day, because that'll clear off, and that means like that it'll be clear and blank because we've moved everything over to the regular admin system that you're seeing here.
Awesome. Do you get tired of getting called brilliant?
Yeah. No, it's all you guys. You guys are the magic, not me.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So guys, under activity, if you go into your back office, so this is Kula office, I think you all know how to get there. And you go to the left-hand side under activity and you go to detailed report. Pull that up for you. And I'm just going to do all projects for now, and I'm going to do the branding pool. And I'm just going to do myself because it doesn't really matter for me right now what people, the directs have done or their people have done. I just want to see my activity right now. Click submit. And there's a couple from February before when we were testing. See if I can find one from yesterday or so, the day before. So this is 4/8. Okay, so basically you'll see it's the 0.01 that I was supposed to get, the 0.01, Zip and Store, Park Smarts, MobiCard, all those different activities. For 6, for 5. So as you can see, it is pretty detailed. You will see the point value, and I do see, you know, what we're talking about here, this 0.00, not real sure what that was, but we were testing and playing around. So we may have to look at that and why that's 0.0. I don't even know why it would be on here, Doug, if it was 0.
Because we're tracking those right now for if you're outside of the range for that day already, that we're not giving value. We still want to see them in our back end. So, you know, I'll strip those out eventually here. But right now it's just allowing me to see what's kind of going on.
Well, nice. Okay, there's your answer, Kelly. That's why it's 0.
Yeah.
Hope that helps. So
That's good. Now, Cynthia asks, she says here, we can only do a product once a day. So I wonder if in a minute, when you're done looking at this, if you'll go back to the tool and show her all of the different things that she could do for the one product each day, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely. We can do that again. Now, let me check the dashboard and just see maybe something showed up. And it's okay if it didn't, because you guys saw the slide here that shows what it looks like. And once it does show up, it'll just be a little line item, the points for that activity, the project you did, and then you can actually view the tweet there. All right, so in the dashboard, when I go to social points information, and I'll just do Zip and Store for example. So we've got the actual hashtag that is going to be used for these points. Got the reshare tweet of Cooler Brands, the direct reply on Cooler Brands, and this means the Cooler Brands Twitter page, okay, their actual Cooler Brands account. Resharing or retweeting, and the direct reply on one of the posts for Zip and Store, hashtag Zip and Store. And you do not have to use the hashtag if it's a Cooler Brands tweet. Okay. We are modifying that a little bit. So if you retweet corporate only, you don't have to use the hashtag. If you're outside of the community and replying to another kind of tweet around Zip and Store or one of the other projects, you would use the hashtag. Is that right, Doug?
That is correct.
So just be aware of that, that if it's a corporate, you know, Cooler Brands post, you do not need to use the tag again, because we know it's a Cooler Brands tweet.
Yeah, we've already logged and registered that tweet. That's why you don't have to use it. But the other tweets aren't logged and registered, so we have to track them.
You can kind of think of it like there's two sets of tweets going on, two different kinds. There's the ones that are to do with Cooler Brands official and their Twitter page. And then there's the other sets that we do ourselves, which are like the original tweets, reply on a tweet, and I think those were, is there a retweet there too? No, I think it's the retweet of the Cooler Brands. So if you think of it, there's kind of like two sets of things going on there. That's kind of how I kind of try to remember it. So
that's a good point. Okay, guys. Well, that is basically it. Do you have any other questions?
I wanted to know when. Oh, go ahead.
A suggestion that says, can the light gray instructions be darker?
Yeah, we're still making sure all the mechanics before I start doing any real cosmetic stuff. Yeah, you know, cosmetics I'm not real worried about right now, guys. We'll fix all of that. Really want to get people using it, and then seeing if we got any bugs or issues for the programmers. I don't want to take programming time for cosmetics yet, but if you bring that to me again in about a a week or two after I beat this up a little bit, I'll absolutely make sure that gets done for everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Doug. Lisa, yes, we are recording this and we'll put it into the back office. And the other question was, oh, I thought there was another question. I think that's it. Thank you,
I
Doug.
saw one, Michelle wanted to know, when does the 24-hour clock restart? And it's based on per calendar day.
Yeah.
And it's Pacific, right? Midnight Pacific?
No, it's server time. And the server time for this, I think, is New York. So it'll start at New York's midnight. So I'll eventually switch it to Pacific server time, but we have a couple different servers running. And this one currently is on New York. Well, did you guys like it? Give me one if you like what you see so far. Okay, perfect. If you don't like it, please don't tell me it hurt my feelings. No, you guys are the best. So yeah, let's beat this thing up, guys. Let's find some bugs, find some errors for me, okay? And I'll try to get the Don, take a screenshot of your zeros for me and send them to me. So I think I'll get those pulled off tonight so that those don't show up anymore, because those will confuse people.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. But all right, guys, I'm gonna go take a hot steam shower and get my head cleared out here. But I sure appreciate you guys letting us show it to you.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks,
Thank
Doug.
you.
Take it easy.
Doug.
Love you.
Thanks, guys. Take
Get some
care.
rest.
Yeah, good. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Hey, Dawn or Michelle.
Yeah,
Will Facebook show up on there? Is that going to be tracked also, or?
it will be eventually. Yes, they're working on it. It just hasn't been finalized yet. So
I went out there and it was there, and then I went back out there and it was gone.
yeah, I think there's also going to be like Pinterest and a couple of others too. So
Yeah.
Pinterest showed up already on mine. So.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Dawn?
Yeah.
Is Dawn still on? You know, when you did your Saturday training, Michelle and Dawn, Dawn's voice was much softer. Her volume was much lower, and it was again tonight. So I'm thinking when you two do trainings together, either she can up her volume or Michelle can lower hers a little bit so it'll be more uniform.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's a good point. I should probably get a microphone that I can hook in. I'm just using the computer, so yeah, I'll do
Okay.
that. Thank
Okay.
I'm
you.
just using my computer too. So I don't know.
Oh, well. We will definitely do that, though.
But thanks. It was great. Thank
Oh,
you.
Thank you so much.
I have a
That's all we have,
question.
though.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was wondering, so can we actually go on the social site right now? Is it live?
It is live.
It is?
for you to
Oh,
pound away.
sweet. I just
Yes.
recovered my Twitter password. I haven't used it in so long.
Oh, my
So, and I
gosh.
bookmarked it. I'm on it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Awesome.
Please.
Yep,
pound
like Doug said, beat it up and let them know about any errors that you find. So this is our time to test it. So
Okay, will we actually get points, or is this just the testing mode?
no, you get points.
Oh, really? Oh, sweet. Okay. Thank you so much for the training. It was awesome.
Oh,
You're
thank
very
you.
welcome. Thank you.
I had a quick question.
Sure.
When we were posting before, it would give us different images or hashtags. So it does show some of the hashtags for different projects. Can we use any of the pictures then, or is it just going to be the hashtags that it'll? Because last time they had different ways you could earn the points. Do they have the images still or no?
Right. So what we've done now, instead of all of that, we tried to simplify it for you and just make it just really streamlined.
Okay.
So we are actually putting, for the Kula Brands tweets that you're going to retweet and reply on, we are actually putting tweets in there for you.
Okay.
So we're going to have about 2 to 3 for each project, probably per week. So right now we're just testing it. So we only have one for Zip and Store, one for Park Smarts, but we have more, and we're going to be adding these all the time. So we will have the tweets for you in Cooler Brand's Twitter account. And then when you're doing your original tweet and when you're doing a reply on someone outside of the community, you can use whatever photos you would like. If you even want a photo, you can use videos. We're going to be doing videos as well. So grab those videos from YouTube and pop them on Twitter, you know, just that Cooler Brands channel and get some other content out there. But yeah, absolutely. You can use what you want for your own tweet and for replying. And then we're going to have a bunch back here for you to use to just make it really simple for you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great question.
I did have another question just came to mind. So I know that we took it off for a little bit because some people were, like when I was new, kind of go overboard. You know, you don't know at first, you just go crazy and just post all day long. So I know that this is only giving us a certain amount of points per day, and it tracks what you're doing, but it's only crediting you for a certain amount. So how is that something that we're just going to keep reminding everybody to not like over post, or is that?
It will just give you
I know the
credit up to a certain
limited.
point.
I'm just wondering, will that be something in the trainings to just remind new people? And I don't know, just a thought that came to my head.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And we don't want to spam for sure. You know, which is why we're going to have a lot of options for you in the Cooler Brands Twitter to choose from. Not everybody's probably going to be on there at the same exact time and posting the same exact thing. They might use the same picture. They might retweet the same post. But what we're trying to do is create this engagement. And if we're all using this post and creating engagement, you know, that's fantastic. We want to do that as much as we can. So that's one of the reasons we're putting tweets here for you to use. That's one of the things. But also it's based on before, when we had all these columns and tweets and everything we could use and do, we were using just one Twitter account, which was the Cooler Brands Twitter account. Now we're all using our own.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot different as far as that goes. We're not going to seem like we're all spamming the same exact thing to Twitter because we're all using our each individual account now instead of the Cooler Brands account.
Okay.
So it's a lot different in that respect. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Super. And Michelle, please chime in.
You're doing awesome. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, it's individual now as opposed to company-wide. So we've each got our own limits as opposed to, because before we were all sort of hounding in on Cooler Brand's own limits. So if Twitter assigned, you know, say a limit of 50 original posts, well, that was for all of us. So now we each would have 50 original posts. Mm-hmm. So it streamlines it a lot better and makes it better for, seems like less spammy, hopefully, but we still need to watch. Yes.
Yes. Great point.
Well, I just know we have new people coming in all the time. So maybe that's something that we all just need to remind each other of. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if you guys, I don't know. I just got a message that we only have 1664 to go for gun bail now.
Yes.
Wowzers.
I just saw that. I was going to mention it. It's so exciting, guys. We could be fully funded tomorrow.
Hey guys, I hate to say it, but
because there's going to be somebody that's not, you know, there's going to be somebody that said, I'm going to do it, and they're not going to do it. We got to keep pushing to make sure we hit that 50.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I'm going to have to shut the call down. I'm sorry. We got to teach the class here in like 1-2 minutes. So I got to use this account, but thank you guys all for coming tonight, and let's get that gun bail tomorrow.
Gun bail!
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Have fun on your Twitter software, everybody.
Yes.
Bye, everyone.
Let's rock it out.
Bye.
Love you all.